I'm getting to be 28 around this time. 27, I start having these discussions. I'm hanging out with Steve Barra a lot. And, you know, we're just hanging out tough and we're tossing around ideas. And, you know, he actually comes up with this idea of, like, selling boards online and whatnot. And there's more margin there, more profit for the skater. And I'm always trying to think, wait, how can the skater eat? You know what I mean? Like, I've said this more recently a lot of times, but I'll keep saying is, like, most skaters, professional skateboarders, aren't really eating. You know what I mean? It's a tough game.
Paul, can you please say that again, looking directly at the camera?
Yeah, most professional skateboarders are not financially getting taken care of well. And it's not, I don't think it's due to any greed from brands or companies. I just think our industry and also the way we've, like, almost cannibalized each other with almost making people feel bad for trying to make money makes everybody afraid to want to make moves. So everyone kind of stays in their safe little bubble.
Of course.
They don't want to, like, you know, risk getting shit talked. But also, like, the industry is, like, just not strong enough to afford to give these guys big deals. You know what I mean? Like,
and when they did it, though, it broke everything down. Like, the skater-owned companies that had the money, they were kind of paying the guys too much. They didn't have, like, financial structure.
That happens too.
There were guys that had egos, and they were almost bullying our CEOs of past time. Like, I'm the guy. You got to pay me to stay around.
I mean, that happens too.
And then they were like, okay, I'm gonna give it to you because we didn't have any. Like I said this on one stream.
People fucking. I'll tell you a story. I don't even know if I should say it, but, like, originally when we started Plan B, it was through Syndrome Distribution, which was ironically DNA skateboards from when I was back little.
Oh, geez.
That was DNA skateboards.
Crazy.
So Syndrome Distribution. I'm gonna go off on a tangent here. So when Danny Way called me to get on Plan B, originally Plan B was supposed to go through Dwindle. And what Danny didn't know is Jason Maxwell over at Syndrome prior to that, very recently prior to that, was trying to pitch me an idea to start my own brand through Syndrome, which was DNA Skateboards, my first sponsor.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready. But then Danny Way calls me talking about Plan B.
I'm going to do Plan B, yeah.
And I happened to mention it to Jason Maxwell, like, hey, dude, I think I'm going to do Plan B. I'm sorry. Like, Danny Way called me, and it's going to be through Syndrome. And he's like, wait, it's not official yet? I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. He's like, well, what if the deal that we were going to offer you to do your own brand, what if we just make that Plan B? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, like, maybe I can get you guys in touch with each other,
do it, yeah.
Talk and whatever. So long story short, I get Maxwell, Danny, Colin, McKay in touch, and they end up liking that deal better. It never goes to Dwindle, goes straight to Syndrome.
What?
And Syndrome is like, bro, they're breaking us off with bread, bro, like bread. And at one time, at the very beginning, I was making more from Plan B than I was from Nike when it first started through Syndrome.
God damn.
That goes to what you were just saying, is like sometimes these companies really are breaking
bro,
off to the detriment of the company. They were spending so much more than they could afford to get this opportunity in hopes that having Plan B over there would fucking bring in so much more money. But maybe after 2 years, they called us on and like, hey, we just can't afford to pay you guys what we're paying you.
That's what I found out, bro.
Cut it in half, which was still a lot.
It's still good.
It was still a lot.
Good. But it was like, at that time, hearing like I'm gonna get paid half. I've talked to all you guys now. I've talked to you. You know, I got to talk to you more about business, obviously. But like I've talked to Reynolds. You know, and then it's like you hear it. The guys that are your boss are skaters. Yeah. The guys that are paying the accountant is the only educated person in the building. Yeah. That's the only person that's had some college experience, business experience.
Sometimes those guys can take advantage.
And those guys, exactly. They know how to be like, well, these guys are dumb. They don't need much. Yeah. We'll buy them a house. It'll be under rent. At that point in time, think about a California crib then, like the American Mansion. You hear that now in California, you're like, oh, they were making this much money. Yeah. It was like mansions were money, but they weren't that much money.
And they were renting it, I'm sure. And they were renting like $7-8 grand a month divided by 5 people, and they're all like getting
pretty good money at that time. And then the company could kick some or yada yada. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that's when I heard, I was like, oh no, I just thought about that. The skater own is run by skaters.
Yeah.
So even the whole shit talk, ego, yada, is in the money exchange. Right. You're getting paid to fulfill these people's egos.
Yeah.
10x, and then when you gotta be like, oh, we can't afford it no more. We found out we ran out of money. You didn't actually sell this many shoes to make this much.
So many layers to this situation.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, man. I just like I guess what I was trying to get is like I was always trying to find ways, new avenues where like how can a skater take their career into their own destiny a little more. Even now I'm still trying that, you know what I mean? With doing all the YouTube stuff, doing the media stuff, like I know a lot of that stuff at first is looked frowned upon in our community, in our culture, and like I don't know, man. I think anything can be cool or anything can be lame depending on the way it's done.
Exactly. It has to be done away.
Right.
That's what I don't like about when people's
That's just like skate tricks. Anybody can make a kickflip look whack, or anybody can make a kickflip look dope.
It look ass, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, like, look. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because it's me. Like, I got this homie named Jeff. He you know, he doesn't have the best style, but he's able to do a lot of tricks. But it's like, then you just go look at like Felipe's kickflip, which is beautiful. Yeah. You feel me? It's just a way you do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like I remember in like this stuff that was like going around about you where you're talking about the soul of it and it got kind of misconstrued.
Yeah.
It was like
that's because I was fucking
you was faded. But look, you was faded. You grown.
I was speaking
loud
and aggressive.
Exactly.
No, but my point is I still stand on what I was
saying. Look,
the sentiment of what I was saying is there. It's just if I was in a better state of mind,
you could have articulated it better.
I would have articulated it better, and I wouldn't have said it so aggressively because I would have got my message across better.
But I knew what you meant by that.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant by you're going in a building, soulless training to perform tricks instead of embracing the beauty of how skateboarding can look.
Sucking the art out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I got that.
Yeah.
Only very few humans can get that. All you can hear now is everybody trains on the tricks.
It's
okay
like to train.
Yeah, bro.
No problem with training.
Like, bro, everybody trains at the that's what we do. It's a training process.
Yeah.
All of it is.
Yeah.
But some of us go there, and it isn't just to be able to land something in a contest run.
Right.
It's actually to do a trick to build on it, maybe to do it for a video part, maybe to take it to a famous spot. Yeah. Like you can suck the life out of some tricks. And 100%. Some of these kids have that, unfortunately.
100%. But
and there's no hatred behind that.
And I'm all for progression.
Yes.
If anyone's for progression in skateboarding, not just the physical act of skateboarding, but the industry, the growth, the all aspects of it is me. I'm an advocate of that. Yeah. But I don't want to lose the soul of it for sure.
Nah,
and I know it's a fine line. But it's just like that's why I always compare it to music. You can go be trained at the finest musical school of arts and learn how to play the piano. Yeah. And learn every Mozart song that there ever was or whatever your favorite pianist is. But if you're just trying to train to do what they do and then maybe I could just play it a little faster than what they did. Yeah. But like you're not what are you
getting?
But they created an art.
What do you exactly.
Art. Like
it's put there for you to create with it.
Yeah.
The piano is an instrument. It is a tool for creative expression.
Right.
The skateboard is made the same way.
Yeah.
And there's people that literally can do it to type like you said, click faster to make the sound quicker. Right. Yeah. And then there's people that want to tweak it.
Yeah.
Tweak the kickflip, catch it with the back foot.
Right.
Land it on bolts.
Like, I can appreciate watching a rap battle and appreciate guys freestyling off the top of their head, rap battling, and be like, wow, that's a fucking incredible talent that you can think that fast.
Exactly.
But I'm not putting that on my car or re-listen to that rap battle while I'm driving.
No, hell no.
Re-listen to that rap battle and fucking groove to the spot. No.
No.
I need to listen to a song that's going to put me in a feeling, in a way, inspire me, to make me want to go out and be better me. You know what I mean? Like, there's a time and a place for all that.
That's fine. I hear, like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think like I said, like I was in that understanding of when I watched that and saw that, you know, and I'm a firm believer of that, you know. And that's another thing that I was always worried about with the Nikes and those type of things too, is will they take the life out of it and make people celebrities and separate, because not everybody can go. That was like a thing I was worried about early on, and not everybody's that good to make it and be on these big companies. And
yeah, but the reality of life is that's life in general.
No, I know.
Not everybody's gonna go.
Like, with skating and how I still feel, and that's just like, this is like that naive in me, and like that hope that we'll get it together and we will focus on business and we will make sure that money can last for 50 years in our structure. Just like how we're saying, like how we want to figure out a way for everybody to eat. We will come up with that plan that has nothing to do with the higher up. That's a great vision, and that's a great hope and a pure intention, but like, I feel like maybe I'm just out of touch now, and I'm the older dude who's just out of touch, but like, I feel like until we as skaters stop cannibalizing each other, it's like, bro, it's so quick to be, oh, this dude's whack, oh, that's a bad look, oh, this is that. That like it's literally paralysis by analysis. I know lots of pro skateboarders who are like, I can't make that move. I can't do that. Can't do this. Because they're so worried about getting that criticism. I came here into the industry like when I was a kid, I was like, all right, I kind of get this. Like, I get skating. I'm not hecka good as like the homies that are making the local videos, but I was like, I seen all that like kind of, oh, you can't do that or say that or be that way. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Like, the whole foundation of skateboarding was to do what you want.
Yeah, and I was like, I love those dudes.
That's what how I'm tripping, how the mentality
When Jake Phelps threw a bushing at my head at Potrero Park when I was 15, I was like, oh yeah, he don't give a fuck. I could really just run up, beat me. Like, I could have just folded Jake, you feel me? Love Jake to death. It's my man's. But what is you doing? But he don't care. I love that barbaric, like, we don't care, bro. We outside.
Yeah.
That was how I thought this was supposed to be. Like, I don't care about nobody. You can't tell me what I can and can't do in this. And that's how this should be.
Yeah, and it's getting there.
It's getting there now, but it's like, bro, we late now.
Yeah, we
like, if we were all focused on having YouTube channels and that being okay and not being called YouTubers instead of just a platform, bro, do you know how many people all those YouTube kids was eating for hella long.
They're still eating.
Bro, Teslas, good, houses, all of them.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, straight. They all have each other back and everything. Right. They was the weird ones that couldn't come out to the stuff when they was just, and I wanted to bridge that gap one time, and one of them dudes said something. I'm not going to say him because it got, like, you feel me, it got real. I had, you feel me, talk to him for real.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, gangster, like, oh, shit. Damn, I'm tripping. I can't be like that right now. But, yeah, so it got real, but it was like, I was like, bro, I was trying to help y'all because I hated that. Like, I hated that you couldn't be on YouTube and help. Now everybody here. And now everything is out of the algorithm and not the same, and we don't have our own thing. It's under this control. You got to be there all the time and use it so much just to get seen, and you got to overwork yourself. It was simple at a point in time. It was right there for you at a point in time. And, like, bro, it kind of makes me upset. But like you said, like, I hate that we did these little nitpicking things and, like, form that, like you said, that kind of
like that. Like, but there's plenty of people who, and it's becoming more prevalent of like, how can we figure this out? How can we find a way for everybody to?
Yep, and that's what I'm on.
There's more opportunity than ever right now. That's the good part. Yeah, and that's the good thing. But, like, it's just you gotta be willing to, like, put yourself out there a little more. That's where all it is. And, like, hey, if this didn't work, all right, well, now I know that didn't work. Let me just go try this over here. Maybe this will work. And it's just like skateboarding. Whenever you want to learn a trick, how many times you got to try it over and over until you land it that first time?
Exactly.
All right, this way it didn't work. All right, let me try it this way. Let me try it that way.
This is skateboarding.
You land it.
And business.
You land it more consistently.
Yep.
And now you just take that same mentality. That's what I'm saying. We're wasting that mentality that we've developed, that tenacity, that stubbornness to stay focused on a task. Work at it, fail till you figure it out, and then you make it happen. Bro, we could be applying that same shit to business, to whatever you want in life, to anything in life. Instead, we keep it only like, nah, you're only allowed to be this guy in this box and this circle.
Yeah.
I'm cool on that.
This shit goofy, bro. It's like, I'm not going to get held back. That's why I was like I can be with the campers and hot dog makers and drinkers doing fireworks in the middle of the street, but then I could be in here. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be worse.
You could do that.
And I fit fine in that. It makes me just a skateboarder. It doesn't make me any different.
Self.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm connected to everybody, and it's like, why can't we all do that? Like I'll go and I'll bring a group of people, and they'll be like, oh, well, not him. It's like, what do you mean, bro? He at the skate park busting his ass too. Like, what you mean, not him? I hate that, but okay.
But you do have a special ability for that too, like a special energy and charisma that you're good like that. But just I think it comes down to with just being more and more comfortable with yourself, with who you are, and being more stable in that, I guess.
Okay, so now somebody said in the chat, the Grip God said, talk about Instagram being your resume in the skate industry now. How do you feel about like almost IG's you now, your followers, your you know, it kind of like even Wes losing DC because he refuses to have a new phone and have an Instagram page. He lost DC behind that. Like, I don't know if that's what they were saying, but it's kind of crazy. Like, the platforms are kind of messing with it now. Like, how do you feel about that? The social media.
What I feel about it is it doesn't matter how I feel. It's the reality of what it is. You know what I mean? So it's either get down or lay down.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's either evolve or die. So it's either, you know, like this is what our world is. And if you look at history of anything, the people who fight so long to hold on to the old thing always end up losing. Yeah. The people who are willing to like look and adapt and move forward always end up figuring it out. You know, the guys who would hold on to the typewriter back in the day until the computer came out, you know what I mean? It's just, you can't fight. That's human. That's just human. You know what I mean? That's human nature.
It's evolving. It's evolution.
Everything just is going to move forward. Just know that it's going to, and start training your mind to adapt accordingly. You know what I mean? Like, same thing with Instagram, like we were just talking about, though. But it's like, it's all about how you do it. You know what I mean? Like, some people are very curated and very artsy and very good with their Instagram, and that's great because that's how they
do
like.
it. Yeah, that's what they do.
Me, I'm kind of like not even really strategic. Sometimes I'm posting about brands and stuff because there's a platform and I have endorsements and I want to post to people who support me. Sometimes I post a random video or a snippet of our YouTube stuff. Sometimes I post a skate clip. I'm just kind of like just being how I am. I'm kind of all over the place kind of guy, and that's kind of just, hey man, like, and it's been working for me so far. And people, I feel like I have more love than hate, and I don't know. You just gotta be confident in who you are in whatever platform you're gonna be on, I guess. Just try to be the best you, and I don't know. If it was up to me I would have stayed locked back in between 2002 and 2005 if I could have a magic power and keep it in that era.
Just that.
Sure, facts. I would, but that's just, there's no point in me wasting energy trying to complain about the way it is now, because it's how it is now.
I feel you.